Good.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. We're back again. It's episode 188 of the Dadbod Golf Pod. It's Kyle, Ben, Nate. Everyone's here on time. Let's go.
Nate's never been on time. Hey, I heard what you guys said before I came on the last episode. We're like, yeah, he really struggles with that time.
Well, we're glad you're here today, bud, because we're about to have a ton of fun because LIV Golf is underway. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Bet Online, the #1 sports betting website in the country. You could probably bet on the LIV Golf Tour right now. The first round's in the books.
You could.
When you're listening to this, they're probably shotgunning, getting ready for the second round. Use coupon code BLEAV. You get a 50% welcome bonus. Give them $100. They're going to give you 50 back free to play with. You can probably take a live bet on the LIV Tour right now, live bet on the Canadian Open. You could probably bet on if anybody's going to fall out of that big ass crane that they're taking people up and feet, pumping them full of alcohol, you can do everything there. Online casino, everything. Bet Online. It's where the game starts.
RBC, really big crane. Really
Gentlemen, at 8 a.m. this morning, LIV Golf Tour was underway. And immediately when the first shots left the tee box, this is hilarious. When the first shots left the tee box, the PGA Tour immediately suspends every single player that is either going to be on the LIV Tour, is on the LIV Tour, suspends them all. As soon as the first balls fly, they suspend them all. No questions asked. Kind of thought that was funny. How does this
work though, Kyle?
How does what work?
The ones that resigned already, you can't suspend them. They don't work for you.
There's a lot that haven't resigned. There's a lot of guys that had Corn Ferry Tour status at different tours. If it's a PGA sanctioned tour, you're suspended.
Out of here.
You're officially. I don't think Phil has resigned I don't think Phil had fully resigned from the PGA Tour. So, because I know they talked about him playing in the US Open next week, he will be playing as a suspended player. So how will that work out? But as of right now, he's still in the field. Thoughts on that, the timing of that? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you think about it?
I love that shot across the bow. Look, we're in it now. We are in the trenches.
Yeah.
Everybody buckle down. Make sure you got a lot of ammunition. Make sure you got
what?
Yeah. What you got, Nate?
All right, Nate froze up a little bit.
Nate froze up. Let me tell you what I like about it, Kyle. Because there he is. He's back. What'd you say, Nate?
You guys froze.
What? No, we were fine.
Make sure you got plenty of ammunition. Make sure you got bandages. Make sure you've got rations because we are going to war. This is
in the trenches. We're in the trenches.
Here's what I love about it. I love the fact that the PGA Tour finally had some balls and decided to go out and do something instead of, we don't know what we're going to do. We're not real sure. We're not, but they finally.
It was petty and I like it.
Yeah. It is petty.
Here's something else. This is something else that's kind of petty, and it almost has swung me. See, I'm not like pro PGA Tour or pro LIV Tour. I just like golf. I like golf and I like conversation. But this
we want good golf. That's all we want. Yeah, that's all we want.
This almost swung me into the PGA Tour category this morning. Okay, if you logged into YouTube this morning, comment if you saw this. I saw it. A lot of people saw it. A lot of people were in the live chat, LOL, and it was hilarious. Somebody hacked the feed. Somebody hacked the LIV Tour feed at the beginning, and it was showing the Canadian Open. I saw Mike Weir hit a tee shot into a par 3. I saw Matthew Fitzpatrick hit a shot. Yeah. It was showing the Canadian Open on the LIV Tour, which I think is the greatest troll, the greatest petty move.
You told me and Nate that I don't hide it. I do a morning show, so I couldn't watch it. So I get a text from Kyle, and Kyle's like, "Hey, it's been hacked.
They've been hacked."
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "I'm watching the Canadian Tour right now. I'm not watching the LIV Tour." I was like, Canadian "This is Open? BS. What are you doing?"
I swear.
And so I get online. I didn't see the Canadian Open, but I also didn't see the LIV Tour because I immediately logged on, even though I was working in studio and it was just blank, nothing. I was like, oh, he's right. Something's going on.
And I swear it said at one point in time, the PGA Tour has had this reported this and had this removed for copyright infringement. I swear it said that at one point in time.
Could have been.
And then it popped up and started showing the Canadian Open, and then it went off and it showed the LIV Tour, but the LIV Tour had this weird logo in the middle of the screen that was locked in, and it was playing the footage with the screen in the middle. So I backed out of it, got into Facebook. It was working on Facebook, and then they eventually got it fixed on YouTube.
I love it.
You think,
First time, go ahead.
I love the pity. That's the first time that I've been so happy about the PGA Tour doing something. You know what? Atta girl. I love it.
Yes.
You think Jay Monahan like gets his little IT guy set up and it works, and he calls him to his office and he gives him a little envelope. He's like, "Here you go, buddy. Good work today. Here's your little 200 spot."
I got an idea.
Done there, guy.
Hey, guy, I got an idea. Let's hack their feed. Let's hack their feed.
You think you could hack the YouTube TV feed? Put Mike Weir on there. Hey, put Mike Weir on there. Yeah.
Oh my.
Canadian playing in the Canadian Open right off the top. No, I thought that was.
Hey, they got lefty over there. We got our own lefty, Mike Weir, Masters champion,
Canada's hero.
So they went off at 8:00 this morning, and it was shotgun start, just like they had talked about. And I got to be honest, it was kind of cool, but it was kind of weird not knowing where everybody is on the course. But for the most part, it was pretty good golf coverage. I mean, it was pretty good golf coverage. They had shot tracers. That was big. I didn't think they'd be able to do the shot tracers. They were able to get a lot of the shots in, obviously, because everybody's playing at the same time. And I'll be honest, there was a ton of people there. There was a
lot of people watching.
There was a ton of people there, like on site. There was a ton of fans there. The stands were full. The fairways were lined, especially around the Dustin and Phil group. So that was surprising. I think they said somewhere around, I think it was a little bit of a womp on viewership. I want to say combined, it was somewhere between 100 and 200,000 people viewed it on YouTube and Facebook and their website stream. So that was probably a letdown. That was probably a letdown, but at the same time, it may have been more. I don't know what they're projecting, because that is kind of tough.
Does that pick up when they come to the U.S. and have some prime time stuff instead of having the friggin' 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
Like, you see what I'm saying?
Surely it does.
Like, because out of all the majors, the British Open or Open Championship is the worst viewed.
It's tough. Yeah.
But it's because it tees off at friggin' 4:30 in the morning.
But it is so much fun. I mean, you get a guy who's really committed.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, Ben, do you think at the beginning of the LIV Tour for the shotgun, you've played in as many scrambles as I have. They're like, "All right, fellas, you can go ahead," and everybody's going like clunk, 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 trying to get their cards to work, you know, like beep, clunk, clunk, beep, clunk, 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 like, "Phil, come on, dude, start the card, clink." And there's that one guy holding up the line of like 40 cards, and the pros like freaking out in the middle.
No, Nate, you got 3 or 4 of them that are going, "Hey, where's my key? Where the hell's my key?"
It's on the roof, dude. We put them all.
Put them all the keys on the roof.
DJ's like, "Oh, okay. Oh, my bad.
No, they were that. It was. They played. They had like a official like British. They had the guys with the black tall fuzzy hats and the red suits. Is that? They were blowing
like the Queen's Guard or something.
They were blowing the horns. They were like blowing these horns, and that was how they did the shotgun stuff.
Blowing what?
Yeah, blowing these horns like this. They were blowing.
Hey guys, and if you're over 55, you're gonna be playing the gold tees.
The gold
and,
tees.
DJ, you're tipping it out, buddy. You're not playing the whites. DJ's playing all the way back, and remember to stop by at the turn for the putting contest. All right, everybody, play good.
Yeah, it was.
Local rules apply.
So after the first round, Charles Schwartzel shot 5 under today. He's in the lead. I think DJ had a bad shank today. It was out of some thick rough, but he had a cold shank. He ended up shooting 1 under. Phil shot 1 under. It's golf. It's worth talking about. 1 round's in the books. I want to say, I feel like they probably feel like it went off pretty well. And we'll see how, when you're listening today, this will be round 2, and it's only 3 rounds. So tomorrow will be the end. As far as
how's the cut line looking?
Yeah, I don't think they do cuts in this league, buddy.
No cuts, bud.
Pretty sure everybody gets paid. That was the whole point of it. So we talked about the hack signal. We talked about being
54 holes
underway.
and no cuts.
one thing that popped up at some point in time was that, and he went and whined on Twitter. Alan Shipnick? Is that
Shipnuck?
Shipnick? Is that his name?
Shipnuck.
Okay, Shipnuck. If that name doesn't sound familiar, this is the guy who supposedly leaked the info that Phil told him, quote unquote, off the record, which was the stuff that the Saudis are scary MFers. They cut people's heads off. They throw gay people off building, but we can really use this for leverage to stick it to the PGA Tour. This is the guy.
Phil says off the record. Shipnuck says that was never said.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Shipnuck's there. He is doing a little interviewing, whatnot, and he was in Phil's post-round press conference, and Phil has him big boyed out of there. Like, it wasn't like, hey, sir, we're going to ask you to leave. Like, physically, they actually got his butt out of there. They picked him up, big boyed him out of there. And there's a lot of people rustled over that on Twitter talking about it. What do you think about that?
This ain't America no more. This ain't the free press with your little bitch ass. Welcome to London.
Welcome to London. We're hardcore.
Let me tell you something.
The press ain't shit over here on this side of the pond, bloke.
From a professional standpoint, I have done this for years, and you get coaches
thrown out of press
players.
conferences.
No, you get coaches and players that'll say, hey, I don't want to, like, they will tell you, like, you legit will hear, I don't want this to be talked about. I don't want to mention this, blah, blah, blah. They don't even have to say the word off the record. They'll just say, hey, this is something that I don't want to come to light, and they'll mention it to you. So I'm siding with Shipnuck here, because the only reason I am is because Phil had to have said something. If he didn't say anything, like, there is no gray area. Like you will even ask somebody, a source, quote unquote, a source, when they mention something, say, hey, can I mention that? Like, after they say it, he's like, hey, can I mention that? And they'll be like, no, don't talk about that. So I do not like the fact that Shipnuck was thrown out, because I think that Phil was on the record when he did all of that stuff.
You know what? Phil's joined the NWO now, so it's a new world order. So your ass is grass. If you mess around, you're out of there. You're out of here.
You know, the press in America.
You tell Big Jam to come see me, and he and I'll have a discussion.
Yeah.
The press in America, they enjoy all these it's a free for all here. And you know what? That's not the way it's supposed to be. The press is supposed to be whatever we want them to be. And you know what? In Europe, they done figured the press out. And if Shipnuts ain't gonna play ball. But hey, speaking of press conferences, did you guys see Ian Poulter and Lee Westwood get backed into a corner in the video that I sent you guys?
Yeah.
They were asking them if there's any line that they would draw, if there's any place that they would not play based on morality.
Yep.
And I mean, you can talk about some Lee Westwood and Ian Poulter glare at us. Now, I get their point. They're like, hey, you're asking us to, this is just a highly hypothetical question. It's like,
no, they flat out asking. They said, if Putin wants you to play in a tournament, do you play?
He said, if Putin puts on a tournament, do you play? And you know what they didn't say? No.
You know what I say if I'm looking at that reporter? What's the check?
Yeah.
Like, hey, if Putin offered you a job to just report whatever he asked you to report and wanted to pay you $12 to $15 million, would you do it?
Listen, this goes back to what Kyle and I talked about. These whole people living on this moral high ground about, you can't do this because it's Saudi money. You can't do this because it's Saudi money. You can't do that because it's Saudi money.
Why can't we
send every one of your Nikes back? The Apple phone.
Let's don't even go there.
Tweeting on. Just stop.
Like, screw that part. Like, forget that part. That's a good point. But like, how about this? This is the term they're using: sport washing. So what they're trying to say is the Saudis are buying up all these different athletic venues, whether it be Formula One, Premier League soccer, golf. They're trying to do all this. So like, we watch golf, and the theory is, if we watch them put this golf league on, then we'll just forget that they throw gay people off buildings. We'll just forget that they did 9/11. We'll just forget all that stuff. That's because we're
It's not just
watch.
forget though, Kyle. They think we support it if we watch it, and that's
How
not
about
the case.
this? How about this? If they're going to be stupid enough to give people $200 million to play golf, take the money and then do good stuff with it in America. Like take 125 million, go open some food shelters or food, whatever food banks, or help pay for kids to be adopted, like help pay. I mean, there's so many things that these guys have foundations for. Like we're not stupid enough to say that we watch a car race and like forget everything that they've ever done. Like that's like, forget about that. Take the money. If they're dumb enough to dole it out like they are, take the damn money and do good with it
And I'm not going to get political, but everybody was all about defending the NBA and the NBA being supported by China. Nobody had an issue with that. It's like, come on, man. Like, it's one of those things where
the PGA Tour has tournaments in China. Like,
we're here to be entertained. And I also find it funny, Kyle, I'll say this, Nate, too, by the way, is DJ and Phil and Tiger and Rory have all played in the Saudi-backed tournaments before on a one-time thing, getting a $10 million appearance fee, and nobody said a word. It was when they decided to go on tour and take multiple payments that everybody's like, wait a second, like you can get your one-time payment, but now that's not cool that you're going to go ahead and go on tour.
Yeah. So what do we just draw a line? Like after 10 million, if it's 10,500,000,
right.
And look, to each their own. I absolutely hate people who choose the things that they support based on the views of whoever's way behind it. If Waffle House comes out tomorrow and says just something just completely outlandish, like, hey, we don't support the military, we think the military should be abolished, the U.S. military should be abolished, I'd be like, damn, what a horrible idea, scattered, smothered, covered, and peppered, because I don't buy my cheesesteaks because of what they support. I don't watch LIV Tour because it's a Saudi. I don't watch the PGA Tour because there's a KKK clan down the road or not. Tighten up. Stop acting like a dumbass. It's so infuriating.
Well, the thing is, like, just the PGA just doesn't want to give up a piece of their pie. So, like, what they're doing is they're trying to use this narrative. It's not really a narrative. It is
they're
true.
Playing
they're
on
terrible
emotions.
They're
playing on emotions.
They're terrible people, but they're dumb. And giving out all this money, like, screw that. Take the money and go do good stuff with it. How do we know donate it to the first
same
team.
People? How do you know that these are the same people?
They pretty much, like, one of the governors was in the Pro-Am.
Yes,
was in the Pro-Am, I think, on Wednesday.
Yes,
where they've tied him to a lot of bad stuff. But that's beside the point. That's beside the point. Like, take the money. It's life-changing money, and do great stuff with it. Like, I just don't get that.
I really don't even necessarily agree with that. I would just say take the money because
unless you're he froze up just a tad. Unless you're going
prerogative. If you want to take it and retire because clearly somebody in the world values you at this amount, just do it.
Yeah,
do it.
It's just the PGA Tour does not seem to want the competition. I kind of get it, because I don't think they have the money to compete at the end of the day. So if a lot of people do start defecting, they're gonna be in a bind, because they don't have, like I said, they don't have the pockets to compete. Rory had a comment, and it really bothered me, because y'all know I'm a big Rory fan. It may be time to break up with him, because he hasn't.
That's your new love. You went from
I've had Bryson. 2 in a year. I've had 2 in a year.
I think you need to find somebody a little bit more stable. You've been kind of with these boyfriends that are just.
I think that Nate and I need to take. I think Nate and I need to take you out for a night on the town and explain to you how this works. Like,
we need to play matchmaker.
You got to quit moving through these guys left and right, because that seems to be what you're doing.
I'm bad with commitment. If you go sideways on me, you're out of here. But this is his quote, and this really bothered me. Okay, this really bothered me, because I've heard people talk about this. Like, people talk about this when they talk about gas prices, and stuff like that have a ton of money. any decision you make in your life purely for money doesn't usually end up going the right way. I've had that before a couple of times in my life. That's Rory speaking on guys taking the money for the LIV Tour. And the problem I have with that is you're worth 170 million. So easy for you to say over Turk Pettit, who has not made any money and just got paid probably, I think I've heard at least 3 million up front. James Piot, who's not guaranteed shit.
That's the guy that I get. Piot. He was going to get
nothing other than a Masters start. And you're sitting over here with 170 million criticizing people over taking life-changing money. I mean, come on, Rory. Come on, man. Just talk. I felt like Justin Thomas.
You know what, Rory? If you got that humble of beginnings, then quit living in South Florida and move your ass back overseas, where you were talking about how the taxes are too high for you to live there and it's not good for your family to live there. Like if you're just that much of a martyr, then live it, man. Live it out.
Yeah.
What were you saying about Justin Thomas?
Justin Thomas had a great line in a press conference. He's like, look, we can disagree. He's like, it's cool. He's like, we can disagree. He goes, that doesn't mean I'm not going to like you. That doesn't mean I'm not going to like you. And I'm not going to criticize you. I have an opinion. I think the PGA Tour is the best, tour in the world, the most historic tour in the world. I agree with that. But I'm not going to just sit here and dislike people that are making life-changing decisions. And Rory kind of has walked back and said something similar, but stuff like that, like you can't make statements like that when you don't live the same life that some of these dudes live. You just can't do it. You cannot do that. And I thought it was way out of bounds. And he, to me, usually never makes mistakes in the media, never says wrong things. I feel like Rory has come off as a pompous asshole in this whole situation. And that is the furthest thing from Rory ever, is that he would be a pompous asshole, and he is being a gigantic one through this whole thing.
Kyle, let me ask you this. When it gets Ryder Cup time, how many of these American players start fighting for the DJs to come back? DJ's friggin' undefeated the last couple of times he's played, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how many of them start fighting and going, I don't give a damn what tour he's playing on. I need the guy that's the best. I need the guy that's the best American to step forward and represent the United States in the Ryder Cup. No, we are there, Nate, because that's what they said. Is they said, well, these guys resigning, they're not eligible. Like, we are there.
The ones that have resigned, how
many of the guys that have resigned? DJ's probably being the biggest. Let's just call it what it is, because he has been a Ryder Cup phenom
for now.
How many of them sit there and go, yeah, we're going to need him back? And
what about
the
other side though? Sergio, Lee Westwood. I mean,
Lee Westwood, Ian
Poulter.
I mean,
Poulter. I give Poulter one thing. I mean, Sergio didn't play last time. I mean, he was he was a vice captain last time. I mean,
he played.
There's still some of the better players in Europe. That's the European tour. I feel like took the biggest. The European guys, I feel like, took a bigger hit than the Americans.
Yeah, that's like their biggest names. Yeah. And like, why did Rory come to the U.S.? Did he come to the PGA Tour because of the best golfers? Did he come because there's more money on the PGA Tour?
More money.
It's money.
And listen, I'm big on everybody having their opinion. Everybody gets to speak, and it's tough for those guys because it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. Whatever you say, half the people are going to hate what you said, and half the people are going to agree with what you said. But you come across as there's a couple guys who have laid the blueprint for this. Justin Thomas is like, I don't give a shit. If you want to go, go. I'm not going. Tiger just said no. Did you hear Tiger come out and be like, listen, no, and you know what? Let me tell you why I turned down the $850 million. No, Tiger wrote the book on how to control your image with the media. And I'm getting sick and tired of Rory. I'm not coming to your house if he's there anymore.
Yeah.
Because he's turning into, I'm out. I'm out on Rory.
Yeah.
Kyle, if he comes over,
I still love him. I don't think I'm going to date him anymore, but I'm very disappointed in how he's handled all this. I'm very disappointed in how he's handled the situation. how he's come off. It's just
I'm disappointed in the way he's casting stones, saying that these guys either don't need the money or they're doing it all for the money. And it's kind of like, hey, bro, there's a reason you're not on.
Yeah, there's a reason you're here.
You're not on the European tour because you can make more money here. You said that.
His exact words. I'm tired of when I come to the PGA Tour, I'm down X amount of points in the FedEx Cup. That's exactly what he said. And all the commentators, oh, I'm so sad. That's even them. They kind of labeled it as a money grab. They kind of labeled it that. Then it's just, I'm just,
So in other words, he can money grab, but nobody else can, right?
If it's an approved money grab. And that's another term that's pissing me off. Money grab. You know what it is? It's just a raise. It's not a money grab. It's a raise.
When did it become such a bad thing for you to make the best possible way for yourself and your family in life? When did it become so bad for you to get everything that you can get?
And
when did that become a bad thing?
I hate that I am siding with him on this because he's a dick. Lee Westwood, when he said we're all independent contractors, that's the truth, man. They really are.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can go and get, because that's the thing, as I've said, how are you okay with Rory being one of them going over and getting 10 million to play in Dubai for an appearance fee? Whether he hits a ball or he doesn't, he gets paid 10 million. And he's like, yeah, but that's different. No, it's not, bro. It is not different.
No, it's not really different at all.
It's like when the people get on to really good actors for selling out and playing in a, kind of a cheap, a superhero movie or some movie that's clearly not going to be good, but it's going to make a lot of money.
The Marvel movies. Everybody's
people are going to see these movies. They're making money. Like, well, why is it? I mean, yes, I want good actors to play in good movies. I want good actors to play in crappy movies, but hey, look, they get to choose, and the paycheck's big.
Get your money.
It's an open market. I mean, if you don't hear anything else from me about this entire LIV Tour, is that a lot of you need to sit down and learn about the economics of the world and the economics of the workplace, because this is how you succeed. This is how you become wealthy. It's how you build generational wealth, is that you go wherever your talents and your value is the highest.
Exactly.
I mean, as we've talked about, Tiger, have we not said greatest of all time, if not one of the greatest of all time? Would you agree, both of you?
Sure. Top 10.
$121 million. That's what he's made in career earnings.
From the PGA Tour, yes.
From the PGA Tour. DJ is getting 125 for 1 year.
Phil's getting 200.
Phil's getting 200. Listen, I'm sorry.
Take the money and go do good stuff.
You're talking about a guy.
Bill's going to gamble his way, so you just got to write him off.
We have said
this is what it is.
We have said that Tiger is the friggin' needle, and there are two guys fixing to make more money in 8 tournaments.
They offered Tiger $1 billion.
Yeah, but still, that's it.
He's already got $1 billion, but they offered him $1 billion. Anyway, all right. So I want to make one more point, and then I want to move on to something else.
Hey, Kyle, his vote is privacy.
Privacy.
Yes.
Okay. The term sport washing is the new new mansplaining. It's the new whatever catchphrase of the day that I make up a term that fits my agenda. There is nothing that the Saudis can do. There's no amount of money. There's no amount of sport teams, athletic events, things that they can sponsor, throw money at to make people forget what they do. There's no amount of money. So sports washing is not a thing. It's not a thing.
No,
you could throw.
It's a new word.
It's a new word. They could throw $1 billion to every one of these golfers. Nobody will forget that they are a terrorist regime, an evil dictatorship terrorist regime. Nobody will forget that. And everybody, if they could stop them, had the power to, and had enough balls with the whole gas oil situation, they would do it, but they don't. Sports washing, stop using the term. It's not a thing. We haven't forgotten. We don't forget because we take money and we go do great things with it. Doesn't mean we forgot. Okay. I've said all that. We're going to move on. Before we move on, we're going to talk about blue tees.
Hold on. Before you do blue tees, my wife told me to quit yelling.
Sorry. Calm it down.
Thanks.
Calm it down a little
She's
bit. I'm
quit
getting
yelling.
excited.
I'm
Blue
sorry.
tees rangefinders, guys.
Rory, can you hear me?
She
Rory,
did.
if you're
She
listening.
she told me to quit yelling.
Yes. So blue tees rangefinders. We have the Series 3. We used it today. The scan mode's awesome. The lock on the flag, just like the high dollar stuff. It's great. They're cheap. They're very affordable.
If I could get Kyle to use the magnet,
The magnets are hard. See, that's another thing. It's got the
Kyle-
magnets.
Kyle
feels
is
good
so
in your
used-
hand.
Kyle
talk
is-
about something that feels
Kyle
good in
is
your
so
hand.
used.
Yes.
Kyle is so used to
Throwing
having
it in
some
the-
other rangefinder in his hand, and he throws it in the middle of the car, and I'm like, it sticks right there, bro. What are you doing?
I'm not used to
Dude,
it. I got to
look-
get used to
Look,
it.
he's got to build habits. You know,
Gotta
what do we
build
need? I mean, we
habits.
need 2 weeks. We need 2 weeks. You need to play golf for the next 14 days. to build a
Also,
habit.
by the way,
That's what
Kyle's talked about it because he's the one that's got it. He's talked about it numerous times. That whole scan mode, that is the bee's friggin' knees, man.
Oh,
Are
man.
you kidding me?
So nice.
That
you just-
thing is phenomenal.
You flip it to scan mode, hold the button down, and it locks on. You can hit a bunker. You can hit trees across the fairway, and it'll
You
go
can
up.
hit the people walking across the green.
People
You-
walk-
And
Walking. Yeah.
we shot some stuff today that me and Kyle, I don't think I'd ever played there before. I hadn't. And I mean, we had to get some distances because there's some tight landing areas.
Yes.
Look, it's not just to see if you have 163 to the flag. Okay. Do I hit driver, 3-wood, hybrid? I mean, it's really phenomenal, man. Truly phenomenal. What a great product.
You don't have to have, it kind of takes away the need to have yardage books and stuff like that. You just hit scan mode, go, and then flip it back to golf when you want to shoot the pin. It's awesome. Use coupon code DADBOD. Take 10% off. Father's Day is right around the corner. Send it to your wife. I've already had a couple of buddies say, hey, what's that link? Send it to me. I'm going to give it to my wife. I'm going to get the Bluetooth speaker package. I'm going to get the Blue Tees rangefinder. I'm going to get everything. Check them out. They're awesome. Blue Tees Golf, where rangefinding starts.
You need to get the packet where you can get the speaker and the rangefinder
Yes.
because you can already save like $179 and then hit the code DADBOD
Yes. Yes.
and you can save even more.
All right. So Nate speaking of rangefinders.
Yeah, we need to cover this, Nate. I'm sorry. This is the dumbest.
I'm gonna let him go. Though. Nate
And
has
both of you are going to keep your mouth shut until I say
I'm not
so.
gonna say a
Or
thing.
I'm not even going to start.
We're gonna let you go. We're gonna let you dig your own grave. Go ahead, Bob.
Go ahead, Nate.
We've all grown up playing golf.
Yes.
And there was a time where we all used sprinkler heads, right? Remember that time? And I love the rangefinder invention. It makes golf faster. I think it helps you dial in your own clubs better. But I just have one particular issue in the world of rangefinders, and that is slope. I cannot stand slope. So much so that you don't even know. I have to clarify every time I give somebody a number for my rangefinder. I say 127, no slope, because everybody's like, "Oh, is that slope? Is that slope?" Hey, do you have eyes? Have you ever played golf before? Look, you're at a 145-yard uphill shot. Oh wow, maybe an extra club. I don't want to know a Fugazi number that has some math formula that a rangefinder has done. I don't want that. And be like, hey, 132 playing 147. No, it's 132 playing uphill. Okay.
No, it's
Slope
147. Nate.
dumbest
That's
thing.
how slope works.
It's the dumbest
No, it's not.
thing.
It gives you the number. You don't have to.
I don't
guess.
want the number. I want the distance, and I can see with the 2 eyes that the good Lord Jesus Christ gave me and figure out what I need to adjust.
So let me ask you this, Nate.
Look, 148, is that with or without slope? That's
Okay, what if
slope was not available for Jesus when he was?
what if I shoot a pin? Okay, what if I shoot a pin with slope? It's 150 playing 156, but you say, "Hey, Kyle, what's the number?" And I say 156.
I'm gonna ask you. I gotten to the point in
You
my
have
You're
life
gonna
where I
ask
have
him
to
what?
you.
What are you gonna ask him?
With or without slope?
Well,
And if
then
he
you
says
believe in
with,
slope.
I'm going to ask for the original number. I'm not forcing you and I'm not forcing you to do it, but I don't want the number because guess what? For years and years, as a golfer growing up, I figured that shit out. Like, just looking at it. It's called feel. It's the same thing. I have an issue with people shooting 60-yard shots with a rangefinder. If you can't feel a 60-yard shot, get your ass in the clubhouse and drink beer.
If you can't believe that Kyle just told you that the thing shoots 150, but it's playing 158, then you get your ass in the clubhouse because it's 158.
I don't want two numbers.
Okay, well then fine.
I don't.
What if we just practice? What if we practice?
What if we didn't tell you?
That's fine. Don't tell me. Lie to me. I would prefer in this scenario.
I got an idea. All right. What if on your screen you put a little piece of tape, okay, on the screen where it covers the actual number and only projects the slope number?
If I can get a rangefinder
calculated
that just
by
has it, and I
computers is
start to
more
learn how
accurate.
to. But even then, in my head, I don't.
Kyle, I got
So you're a
better
head
idea.
case. The problem is what
I
you're
don't
saying
like
is you're a
that.
head
I
case.
just don't
Kyle.
like that.
Kyle, I got a better idea for him.
Okay.
Why don't you just effing listen to the effing number we just gave you?
Because I just don't like doing it that way, Benjamin. And this is America.
That's so dumb.
Bitch.
That is so your philosophy.
Do I
on
not
this is
get
so
to have an
dumb.
opinion on this show anymore? What has happened to the show that I can't have an opinion without
You
getting
can. It's
doo-dooed
just
on?
so dumb of an opinion.
It affects you not at
We're
all. It
trying to
literally
tell
affects you zero.
We're
It
trying to-
affects you negative. It couldn't
We're
affect
trying
you
to tell
any
you
less.
if it's downhill, and we're telling you, we're like,
I have two eyes.
So let me
I
ask you-
don't need your crappy equation on your $300
We're like-
rangefinder.
we're
I don't
like-
need it.
we're like,
Throw it
Nate,
away.
instead of landing
you can
at
toggle it off
220,
with
you need to
Bluetooth.
land at 200, and you're
good.
like, well, is that slope? And it's like, well, just hit the damn ball 200, like we just.
I don't
told
know.
you.
Just give me the distance to the hole, and then I can just see, because guess what? I am a decent enough at golf to where I can make adjustments.
All right. So here's what we're going to do from now on. Number one, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But if from now on, when I play with you and you ask me for a number, the number you get is the yardage to the pin. It will have no slope. So you don't even have to ask. You don't have to say, is that with slope or without? Just if you're playing with me and you ask me to shoot, I know to give you the pin yardage. And then whatever the hell happens after that, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Thank you.
We're not going to take the device that has like is smarter than humans and calculate it.
Smarter than humans.
Calculate
Yes, it is.
angles, everything, and figure it out.
Smarter than humans.
Yeah.
It
Much
friggin' scans. It scans and tells you where everything is. It is smarter than humans.
Look, I'm not. This is not a case against rangefinders. We use them today several times in scenarios that I wouldn't normally use them. It helps me out a bunch. I just want the number, and I will do with it whatever I damn well please.
Okay,
In
all
my
right.
little mathematical.
All right. At the end of the day, let me just point out today, and I hate to throw Nate under the bus here. I rode with Kyle. Kyle gave me slope. I beat Nate's ass today. Just saying.
Okay. Yeah. Look, congratulations. You played
Ben
the
did.
round of your life.
Ben played good today.
And you know what? I hit a lot of great shots that I did not get rewarded for.
You did.
I
Because you
mean,
didn't
like-
ask for slope, then that's a problem.
You know what? It had nothing to do with it, because guess what? I was landing it right where I wanted to land it. It's just we were playing on
It's just
concrete.
wrong.
Brand new greens.
And
We're playing-
it's incredible because these greens have gotten
They're
redone
a year
recently.
old, Nate.
Hang on,
They're
hang
they're
on,
not a
hang
year
on,
old.
hang
They're
on,
like
hang
3
on.
months old.
These
No,
greens,
they're 8
I don't
months
care
old.
if they
They
got
are 8
redone a
months
year
old.
ago or a day ago. They are rock solid. Ben half skull, like howitzer live drives everything, and he beat me. And you know what? I'm not excited about trying to go to sleep tonight because I probably won't. Because I'm hitting sky high wedges that should be sucking into kicking range, just absolute butt darts,
It's
and they're going
because
over the green.
They
my
are.
Here is
riding-
Ben
it's
landing at
bouncing
40
this-
yards short, like we're at St. Andrews,
It's
and
because
making
my-
everything he stands over.
My riding partner gave me the slope. That's
And
the
then
reason.
mocks me for celebrating a great up and down par from my partner, Kyle Rush, who apparently we are just the worst partners ever, because every time me and Kyle get paired up,
We
we
get our
get
ass beat.
shellacked.
Yeah, we
And I
do.
don't care if it's a 12, 15, 20, or 40 handicap, we get absolutely
We get
smoked.
smashed. We do. We did.
Yes.
Not me and Kyle.
I'm battling through some things right now.
Kyle and I do well
Yeah.
together.
I'm battling through some things right now. I just couldn't score today. Couldn't hit my scoring irons. But yeah,
You know
it
what
was a
felt
fun.
good today. You know what felt good today?
What's that?
Fairways.
Fairways every single time. Fairways every single time.
13 and a
William
half.
Murphy just texted me and said, "Come over."
You know what? All right. Well, you know what? This was today for us. So played the links at Grand National.
Yeah.
So for me, that's how many top? That's 4 top
Well,
10 courses.
Hold on, hold
in
on,
summer.
Kyle. Let me look here. I got them pulled up, bub.
You got them pulled up?
We got Shoal, number 1,
Yep. I got Turtle Point 2.
and you got Turtle Point. That's 2 for you.
Got Grand National. That's 3.
I got Grand National Judge in Prattville. That's me.
This year?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Well,
me this year.
Okay. We're tied then. We're tied. So
Old Overton. Anybody?
I have not played it.
Never played it.
Vestavia. Anybody?
No.
Never played Vestavia.
I'm
Links
supposed to have
today.
a trip.
Yes,
I'm-
we're all
Wait.
good.
I'm supposed
Wait.
to have a trip planned pretty soon.
What about public court? I mean, some of these are private. Come on, man.
Hey, you got to work your way in. You got to work.
RTJ today. Kiva Dunes.
I might play that next week.
Okay, so that is this year, and then Farm Links this year.
Oh yeah, well we got to do that
Yeah,
one.
we're playing.
I got a
I
free
have not
round.
done it this year. I mean, we've all played it, but we haven't done it this year.
I got a free round that I owe y'all for a bet.
Yes, you
I
do.
can't wait to play Farm Links.
Yeah.
All right,
Very
we're gonna
excited.
do that next. We're gonna do that next. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Is there anything else that we want to talk about before we wrap the week up? The Canadian Open.
I just want to.
be
I
honest.
want to give a big shout out to my partner today, Jake. He carried me
Jake
throughout the
Greer.
day.
God Almighty, what a bad bet.
Dude,
You guys,
and I'll
you
say
guys
this
did
one
make a
last
bad
time. No,
bet.
it wasn't.
You really did make a bad bet. You guys did make a bad bet.
What did he make? 2 birdies? 3 birdies?
4. He made 4 birdies. He
made
shot
4
3
birdies.
under.
They were on par 5s. They were playing 470. Like
He shot 3 under.
Kyle,
We
you're one of my
played
favorite
the teams
people in the
you wanted
world.
to play, Nate.
And I will say
You
this
chose
as
the
much on you
teams.
as on me. Neither one of us deserve to
didn't.
be on the same golf course as them today.
No, we played terrible.
I'm telling you, we lost $66, and 33 of it was because they had made par on a hole and won money.
I
Yeah.
feel good
That's
about
not getting shellacked. That's just being bad at golf.
it. I feel good about it.
I know you
And
did.
you need to quit saying it's because they made pars. It's because you did not make pars, Nate.
Yeah, that's a good
No,
point.
I'm trying to tell you that money was won on pars. It wasn't because it was a bad bet. It's because we played bad.
I played
true.
well. I
But
like
And
if
you
I-
know, and you know, I missed greens. You 3-putted. A lot of things went wrong.
I
Yeah.
shot 81. I liked it.
Yeah, you did. You played good. I think I shot 82. He edged me out. He did.
I'm pretty sure I shot 82, 83. I don't know.
Ben will give himself. He'll give himself a 10-footer if his partner's in the pocket.
There's
Yeah.
no doubt. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. There's no doubt.
Oh
Ben's
yeah.
over there
Wait,
like-
you in? You
He's
in?
like
Okay.
trying to figure out how to get out of a putt because his partner's in and he doesn't want to give me a line. I'm
Now,
like,
he
well, just
made
get
some-
the hell out of the
hey,
way.
y'all
He's
have
like,
to
you're like
admit-
you're like
y'all
icing.
have
He made a mile of putts today though.
Y'all
So you got
have
to
to
get.
admit at
icing.
the end, I started putting it out when I knew because my partner he was close. I mean, I could have taken a par at 18 and didn't. I could have taken a par
Honorable of you
to do the break 80, like I told Kyle. I could have taken a par at 18 to take par because I told Kyle, I said, I really need a par better here
Yeah.
to break 80. And my partner was up there. I could have easily picked that up. I didn't.
You put
Hey,
it
we
in.
heard some great new phrases from the pro today. He said
Yes.
right out of the gate, he said, you know how I like my panini pressed.
Yeah, because
And he pressed us.
we won the first hole and we're like, okay, we got this. And then he says, you know how I like my paninis pressed. So I wrote
And then
that
he
one down.
Eagles number 2.
Yeah. Then did he eagle number 2?
Yes,
He
because
did.
I birdied number 2.
Yeah, and then
Hey,
Nate
and I will
turned
say
around,
the other
and then Nate had the worst press ever and pressed him right back.
yeah, and then the next time I tried to press is one of the only holes that we ever won on the back 9, and you were
with a
too chicken
birdie.
to press.
Oh, and if we would have pressed, it would have cut our deficit in half.
Oh, man.
Yep. But anyway,
But all of a
all right.
sudden anyway.
The boys
Sorry,
played
boys.
golf together, and that was great.
I love y'all. Yeah, y'all did great.
it. Was
You
fun.
didn't win.
It was
Dude,
fun.
I'm telling you, it was as much shit talking as I thought there would be. I mean,
It was
it was
epic.
it was hellacious. It got
It
rough.
was.
Me and Kyle kind of
We butted heads a few times.
a little bit. Yeah.
Of course, we were getting stroked, so that happens.
I butted it. I tied you guys with a wedge on 16.
Tied with a wedge on 16.
Out of a bunker. You guys were on the green, and I was in the bunker.
Good
Yeah,
job.
might as
Good
well have not even.
bogey.
We might as well have been 100 yards out. with
Hey,
that- the way that green-
Kyle, I'm only bringing one club, and
Hey,
I'm
you
gonna
tied it.
make bogey.
Here's the best part. Here's Nate. I'm only got one club too. Yeah. What was your score,
I
bub?
did. I did.
You
only bring
did
one
say
club to
that.
the green. Yep.
He did
Yep.
say that.
I did say that. And the thing is that I did say that.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
So we had a blast day. One last thing. Do you want to take anything away from this? Phil was wearing a Masters vest today.
Cool.
Do we? Was that? Did we take anything away from that? Was it just the only all black thing? It had a black
It's
stitched Masters.
No.
Better than the
No,
all black
he's-
outfit that he was
this
wearing
is
tonight.
Phil.
Looked
Do
like
you
he was
think he
picking
doesn't
up his
have-
kid from a middle school dance in 1999?
Yeah, he's got no. He did that on purpose.
He was sending a message like, "Hey, I still
Yes.
love you. Like,
yes,
please."
Yes, he sent a message. There. Yeah,
Yep.
his
Well,
freaking
hey-
sponsor's black and white. Like he could have worn anything else. He wore that. Come on.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So speaking of sending a message, we want to send a message. One of our new sponsors that jumped on with us, Liquid IV. Guys,
Hey.
this stuff is awesome. When you're playing, especially now, it gets so hot. Water just doesn't do the trick. You can order some Liquid IV pouches. You literally just pour them into your water. It makes an incredibly tasty drink with just tons of electrolytes, gets you feeling good. Gets you back into it. And honestly, I'm a sweater. Okay. I'm a sweater.
Yes, he is.
I took that stuff today and I stayed I feel like I stayed cool. I feel like I stayed hydrated. It keeps you, it just keeps you on point. Use coupon code Dadbod Golf Pod and you can take 15% off your order. Okay. So go to liquidiv.com and use coupon code Dadbod Golf Pod. They got tons of stuff, tons of flavors. I had apple pie.
Yeah, you didn't
mix.
share with that.
I did not
a
share.
little bit of chicken fried.
Ben's got a little passion fruit. Nate's got some acai berry. We're ready to go. So check
Look
them
at
out.
you saying it right.
Yeah,
Look at- I
liquid
say- look at
IV,
you.
the perfect
Wow.
golf drink. It's the perfect golf drink. Especially if you've been pounding beers, then you just pound you a liquid IV. You're back hydrated and ready to go. So, guys, I've enjoyed it. It's a great Friday show. It's so much fun talking about all this controversy and stuff going around golf with you guys. It's fun to play with golf with you
Wait,
guys.
what's the promo code?
Dadbod Golf Pod.
Oh, yeah.
Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always.
Easy,
Okay.
easy. It's awesome that we're a year and an episode into this thing. So hopefully we'll keep going. Thanks for those that told us happy anniversary. And we hope
Yes.
that there's many, many more. So have a great weekend. We'll catch you back on Monday. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Bet Online, and we are the Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always.
Stroking.
Okay.
Stroking.